What's the word, YouTube? It's Jay London here. I'm going to be bringing you guys on my journey as a funded ICT trader. I'm going to first start off by telling you guys a little bit about myself. I'm 22 years old. I'm based out in Chicago. I've been trading ICT for about 3 years now. It'll be 4 years going into 2024. So I started probably like everybody else with those IM Academy things, and basically I don't have any regrets of it, but I met a lot of people along the way that helped me get to where I'm at, so no regrets about that. I started off just like ICT directed, and once I learned the basic knowledge and went through the course, I went through the 2016 version when it came out, or not when it came out, but I got it secondhand before we uploaded it to YouTube. And then from there, I went through the course. I did my whole 6 months of demo, and then once I proved myself consistent in demo, I switched over to live. And with my live account, my first 6 months were pretty good. I think that was in 2021, the start of 2021 was pretty good. I got a few decent withdrawals, my own personal funds, got some good payouts. And then from there, I want to say, it started all getting bad for me. I ended up quitting my job because, I was working moving at the time, and at the same time trading, where I was making, $1,000 a day, not every day, but I was having $1,000 days, sometimes $2,000 days, and at my job, only making $200-300 a day, and I'm doing hard work. It was a moving company, so I'm pretty sure you can think of how that is. So I'm doing that, and I'm like, if I have more trading days, obviously I should quit my job, because if I have more trading days, obviously doesn't mean more money, and that was my first mistake. So quit my job and try to trade every day or something like that, pretty close to it. I try to trade every day, and that's when my strike rate started to go a lot lower, and from there I haven't been too profitable. I ended up switching to futures, and I've been seeing a lot more consistency in my price reading ability, and I like the way it delivers. So right now I'm funded $50K with Top Step, and I'm using the smallest leverage. I'm only using a micro, basically simulating what it would be like once I get my max allocation for the account. I have a strategy which I use that I'm pretty solid with, of getting funded accounts, but I want to get it to the point where I know and I have confidence in my model that I can use the proper risk on larger accounts. Right now, the goal with the 50K funded account with Top Step, I'm basically here to prove a certain level of consistency before I move on to getting max allocated with them. And once I get max allocated with them, the goal from there is basically retiring myself. Doing the math, I've gotten to about $6,000 I need in profits, consistent withdrawals to be able to quit my job before, trying to be like everybody else and do the get rich way. The first thing I need to do is quit my job. So once I quit my job, then we'll get on to the point of, having much larger withdrawals and all the fancy things, and starting to get into the real hobbies that we want to achieve through there. But once again, the first thing we have to do is quit the job. In order to do this, I will be doing 30 points per week. That'll be my goal. I'm looking for 30 points per week in ES or NASDAQ equivalent. And once I get that, I stop. If I can do that consistently each week, we're off to a good pace of consistency. And from there, if that's easier or hard, we'll scale up from there. But first, we need to do that. So each week after I trade, I'm going to be showing you guys a recap of all the trades I took, where I'm at on the balance of the account. And, it's going to be all raw and uncut, basically fully transparent, showing you guys what I did wrong, what I did right, and how that led to the outcome of our P&L for the week. This 50K account that I have right now, I traded some of it in back in 2023, and then in the end of 2023, I basically reset it back to close to zero. I think it was like $20 in profit, something like that, something small. And basically had a full reset. So this week I'm going to show you guys where I leave off on and what the profit looks like, the P&L looks like, what I did right, what I did wrong, like I said before. And all the trades are going to be live recorded, screen recorded. They won't be actually, I won't be trading in front of you guys, but they will be screen recorded. So you can see, I have some side notes I put on there of what I liked, what I was thinking, what I didn't like to see on there, what I did like to see, and basically what was going on in my mind. So let's get into it. Okay, so I have an update for you guys with the account, with that 50K account. Today is February 15th. I did a couple trades in January. I think I took like a losing streak of about 4 trades. And from there, I normally don't trade January. So once I took that losing streak, I knew, it's doing the same usual thing it does in January, where it's, low probability. And I took a break from the charts and did some reflecting in my journal. And I came to a realization that more than likely, I'm pretty confident with my trading plan. I'm confident with my model, my experience, everything I have. And I have a solid model that I'm ready to actually start gaining more accounts with. I have a way to pass all my challenges. Obviously, probably not going to be the first try every time, but a solid model that I can follow for not only passing challenges, but also to get me to profitability within the challenges without blowing them. So this week, I started a 150K challenge. I took one trade earlier this week on Thursday. I took a trade on Thursday on my 50K account just as a warm-up because it's been a few weeks since I took a first trade. And from there, I took another trade on Friday, which was a 1% risk, gaining a little over 2%. So next week, we'll see what we do. It's President's Week, and I don't plan on trading until maybe Tuesday afternoon if it allows a setup. So we'll go from there. I'll give you a quick rundown. Look at the 150K account. As you can see, one trade, one trading day, obviously 100% profitability because we only took one trade and won that. So I plan on taking this account slow, risking 1%. We have the entire month, no need to rush. The goal is to hit 6%. I don't really look at the money. It says 9,000, but that's not your money. And at the end of the day, I've never traded looking at the money. I've never had it on my charts, nothing. So I always look at it as percentages, and 6%, risking 1% is pretty easy, especially when I'm risking 1%, but as soon as I take a loss, I cut my size down to half each time. So it should be pretty easy. Might not happen in the first try, but all we can do is follow our plan. So far so good. And I'm gonna give you guys a quick rundown on the 2 trades I took this week. Okay, so here's the first trade I took this week on my 50K account. Here, as you can see, I'm trading the AM session. I'm only trading one contract because I was still, using the rules I was using for that 50K account when in drawdown, and I'm using a micro with one contract only. Normally it would be 2 if I'm using my full position, but we're in drawdown, like I said, so I was only using one contract. And so, as you can see, it's reaching this first level of sell size, which would have been my first partial objective. And my rule set is that whenever I take a partial, I'm usually moving my stop loss to just above or below break even to cover costs and commissions. And then I usually either probably let the trade ride to take profit, or close it if I feel like price is telling me that I'm offsides. So here I can give you the premise of this trade. I was looking for shorts ending the week, and like I said, this was Thursday, so I got that run on buy side, and the first run on buy side above here, you can see it over here in my 15-minute chart on the top left. You got that run on buy side, and then a quick movement lower from it, that quick displacement lower, which is what I like to see. And then over here, you can see on the 1 minute, this first fair value gap at 8:30. Then it begins to consolidate and runs the buy side out really quick again at 9:30. And I don't take any trades before 9:30, so that first 8:30 move, I would have missed it regardless. And once it displaced after this run on buy side, I normally look for either order block or fair value gap, and it didn't provide the fair value gap, but you can see a balanced price range here and also price reacting to this area up in here. So this was a close proximity entry and a good setup, I can see, to target this fair value gap down here, and once again that short-term sell side. So boom, my first take profit was hit, and you can see I moved my stop loss to a little bit below break even, and you can see me typing it right now. I type my notes, like every screen recording is sent to my notes, and that's where I do all my reviewing in Notion. So you'll see me type it out right here. And from here, you know, this would have been a winning trade had this not been my 50K account. If this was my normal account, this would have been, you know, a profit right there, and from stop loss to break even, a risk off. So I'm gonna skip it really quick. You'll see that I eventually get stopped out right here. I eventually get stopped out, and it's one of those situations where you get stopped out exactly to the, almost pretty much exactly to the tick, and then it ended up going all the way to my, it went all the way to my take profit objective that I wanted to see in the beginning, right after, which is, you know, something that always happens. You know, you can't really do anything about it. It's just the way it works. Regardless, you follow your plan and you trade your plan, and hopefully it'll pan out. So there's really nothing I could have did better than that. You know, I followed all my rules, and it would have been a profitable trade regardless, no loss. So hey, that's that trade. Okay, now here you have the second trade, which is on my 150K account challenge. This is the first trade I took on here. Same premise, looking for bearish signs, and you can see we're reaching the short-term sell side, and I missed the first move over here at 8:30 because once again I don't trade until after 9:30 regardless of anything. And 9:30 we got this run, this little retracement up into this fair value gap here, which I would have took if I was a little bit more confident in the daily bias. But we haven't been really, we haven't showed any signs of A+ setups, you know, on the higher time frame. So I don't have as much confidence as I would normally have. Plus over here we have, I think this was PPI news event that drove this. So that's usually, the first news event is usually the actual manipulation, and then anything after that is pretty much fuel for the actual move. So at 9:30 we got this, and I got the signs I wanted to see from it, the displacement from there. So it gave me confidence once I seen this order block here to then take a setup on it. And you can see it once we hit down, we got down below it, and then price returned to it. I got in just around that order block, and from there, you know, I'm targeting the sell side under here, and that's pretty much it for the idea on that. Also, I only got in 3 contracts. Normally I would risk 1%, which is 6 contracts, given if you got about the equivalent of 5 points in ES of risk. So normally I would use 6. I only used half of it because, like I said, I wasn't as confident, and I didn't get the entry that I liked up here. I would have liked that a little bit better. So I closed it here since we reached the point where I would have normally took a partial at this order block right here on the 15-minute. You can see it in the top left corner. And price ended up it kept dropping lower and lower. But here, the reason I took the partial instead of letting it ride and move my stop to break even was, once again, I didn't really like the entry I got. I didn't want to risk a retracement to stop me out at break even when we're just surging lower. So anytime it's dropping lower rapidly, you always want to be taking something off. Looking back at it, I could have took maybe 1 or 2 contracts off and left a runner, but you know, this was my first trade. I wanted to just go ahead and bag in a partial win, and anything after that I didn't really care. So price ended up just kept dropping, and went to my sell side objective. I didn't record it here. I ended up getting away from my charts and finishing my day. But that was it for the 2 trades this week. All right, guys, so that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next week, I'll give you guys an update if I take any trades or not, whether I win or lose, and I will be screen recording those, showing you a quick rundown of the breakdown of the trade. So if you want to see more of this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment your thoughts and opinions on the journey, and maybe let me know if you guys are doing kind of the same thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you. Peace out.